Last night's promo between Bron Breaker and Oba Femi should have told you everything that you needed to know. The fact that the fans are choosing Oba Femi over Bron Breaker should be a solid given of who the definitive future is in the WWE. I mean, you have Oba Femi who just came in here, 6 to 7 months ago, and took the entire audience and roster by storm. This man had an intense feud with Brock Lesnar in a trilogy. And mind you, the Brock Lesnar feud was the best thing built up on the WrestleMania card, right? And they kept it going past WrestleMania. And after his last match with Brock Lesnar declared Oba Femi as the undisputed future of the WWE. It came out of Brock Lesnar's mouth. So therefore, with the fan interaction, the music, the presentation, the booking, you have to give that title to Oba Femi. Now, Bron Breaker, on the other hand, there is a contrast. Bron Breaker got to the main roster 2 years ago. Ever since then, Bron Breaker hasn't hit the ground running like Oba Femi has. There is a contrast between these two, a striking contrast. Bron Breaker doesn't have the crowd interaction. I mean, he does have the dog chants, but he doesn't really resonate with the fans like that. And then on top of that, he hasn't had any important feuds, any eye-striking feuds, any feuds that you can get invested in. Right? I mean, he's had 2 Aussie title runs that pretty much nobody remembers for real. And then he's got the tag titles with the Vision. I mean, the Vision isn't going anywhere. They put the Vision together specifically to get Bron Breaker over and skyrocket him into the world title picture. But it seems like those plans dwindled. I mean, he had a world title match against CM Punk earlier this year, and that went nowhere because he lost. If you want to give that title of the undisputed future to one guy, it has to go to Oba Femi. In this promo segment, and in this feud in general, Bron Breaker is upset at the fact that Oba Femi is the undisputed future, and he's been given that moniker other than him. And I don't know if you guys know this or not, but if you look in someone's eyes, they say the eyes are the window to the soul. Bron Breaker looks legitimately pissed off. He looks legitimately jealous and envious. If you take a look at his body language, his intensity when he looks at Oba Femi, I have never seen that look in Bron Breaker. I understand that he's supposed to be this aggressive, serious, badass who pretty much doesn't take any BS, but when he looks at Oba Femi, it is entirely different. To the study of the body language, to the tone of voice, to the fact that he laughs as a defense mechanism. Like, this man is legitimately pissed because Oba Femi is chosen as the undisputed future instead of him. And in this promo segment last night, that should show you who the future should be, because Oba Femi is a better promo than Bron Breaker. Wrestling style, that can be debatable. But if you want a guy that has the audience in the palm of his hand and can deliver and sound legitimate on the mic, that is Oba Femi. I'm sorry, but that is Oba. This is a no contest. And I know that they have an up-and-coming match together. They're going to be fighting at Sunday night's main event against each other. And this match will determine who the future of the WWE is. Now, knowing WWE, I don't know if this is going to be a clean finish. I have no idea. But if they are going to do this in a clean finish, if they are going to have one person go over, it should be Oba Femi. No ifs, ands, or buts. It should be Oba Femi. I do not care. I don't care what people's debates are. If you have Oba Femi lose to Bron Breaker in any way, shape, or form, it's not going to help him. It is going to derail his momentum. It is going to make Oba Femi look like a joke, because you have this guy coming out of a feud against Brock Lesnar, who he beat twice. Bron Breaker should be a cakewalk. Unless Bron Breaker gets the Vision involved in some way, there should be no excuse as to why Oba Femi should be losing. Oba Femi should not be losing at all. He's already got a loss on his record against Brock Lesnar. That should not have happened, by the way. I'm still against that. But the fact that they have this match brewing already, this feud already going, I mean, I thought this was going to be months down the line after they fixed Bron Breaker's booking. But the fact that they got it going now should tell you everything that you need to know. Now, if I was booking this Sunday night's main event, I'm having Oba Femi defeat Bron Breaker clean, because Bron has not been booked like a legitimate threat at all. Sorry to tell you. Another layer to this is Paul Heyman, because just several weeks ago, Paul Heyman said that he was done with the vision. Now, he didn't say it, I'm paraphrasing, because when Maxine joined, Paul Heyman legitimately said, "You got Maxine, why the hell do you need me?" So that was him walking away from the vision as a whole. And pretty much him saying that the vision is fucking trash, because they're not going to have Paul Heyman tied to the vision with this type of booking, right? And Austin Theory has been looking like the focal point in the vision, but now they're trying to retract that and make Bron Breaker the focus again. But it's not going to work because you've already ruined his booking, right? So now they're trying to bring Paul Heyman back into the play and save Bron Breaker. And not only that, they're putting Bron Breaker with Oba Femi because they think that it's going to help Bron Breaker. My thing is this, though. A lot of this depends on Bron Breaker himself. He's pretty much a one-layered character. He's a hothead. He spears people. I mean, you can only get so far with that. You know what I mean? Oba Femi has layers. He can be funny. He can be threatening. He can sound intimidating. You know what I mean? So I just don't understand why they're going so hard on someone who pretty much is not even in the same league as the other. Because if I'm being fully transparent, Bron Breaker is not in the same league as Oba Femi. It's not even comparable. Now with Paul Heyman, I'm going to continue off of that. Now with Paul Heyman, I don't know how this is going to work, but I can see a swerve of Paul Heyman becoming an Oba Femi advocate or wise man for Oba Femi. Now, it's very, very predictable of him representing Bron Breaker. I mean, they teased it back in NXT a couple years ago about Bron Breaker being a Paul Heyman guy. Sure. Okay, fine. But imagine Paul Heyman with Oba Femi. Now, I'm not saying Oba Femi should turn heel. No. But imagine that partnership. Imagine the legitimacy, right? The legitimacy of Oba Femi being a Paul Heyman guy. That's going to add even more to his character, right? But I can see them pulling a swerve to where Paul Heyman actually does align himself with Oba Femi, because Oba Femi is like the hottest thing right now, right? So I can see Paul Heyman playing into this. Now, I don't know who he helps for real. I'm just throwing a prediction out there. I'd rather him see help Oba Femi, not in a heel way, because Oba doesn't need to go heel. He's hot as he is right now. But yeah, Paul Heyman's going to be the definitive answer of this feud, because when they actually fight and they wrestle, who is Paul Heyman going to align with? Because he already said he's not going to align with the vision. He said that before. So maybe he aligns with Oba Femi because he has a newfound respect for Oba Femi for defeating Brock Lesnar. That's just my take on it. But like I said earlier, Oba Femi should not be losing. The fans does not want Bron Breaker. The fans want Oba Femi. You hear the chants. They even chanted Oba Femi when he wasn't even on screen. When he was in a segment with the Vision, when Bron Breaker was in a segment with the Vision just a couple weeks ago, they were still chanting Oba's name and he wasn't even out there. That should tell you who you should be pushing, who you should be prioritizing, because ultimately, Oba Femi is going to be the one to dethrone Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, because you know that's what they want to do. They still have the King of the Ring graphic on Oba Femi's name. Like, if you have the King of the Ring graphic on Oba Femi's name, that means his title shot is still in the air. His title shot is still legitimate. I don't know why they're treating it like Money in the Bank. He really should have had the title match at SummerSlam, but they're treating this like Money in the Bank now. Like, he has the King of the Ring win tied to his name, and they want to pretty much let you know that he still has the opportunity to challenge for a world title. It would be more cinematic if it's Roman, because if CM Punk or KO is still the world champion, I wouldn't want to see that, because let's be honest, it wouldn't be as a big of a moment if he dethrones the WWE champion on SmackDown. It has to be Roman Reigns. Now, how do we get there? Who do we feud Oba with in the meantime? I mean, obviously now it's Bron Breaker, which he shouldn't lose against, right? And I don't know if they're going to have Oba Femi win the Rumble. That'll be insane. But, I mean, that's another way you can skyrocket him to WrestleMania for a guaranteed spot against Roman. But I don't know. But Oba Femi has to defeat Roman Reigns. And one last thing I want to say. There was some backstage rumors that Bron Breaker is upset at his booking And we've been seeing this for a couple months now. And my thing is entitlement. Just because you're part of a bloodline, just because you have family in the business does not mean you're guaranteed to be in the top spot. It will help you, of course. I mean, the only reason you're in the position you're in right now is because of your Steiner bloodline. That's it. But Bron Breaker does not stand out. He doesn't do anything different than we have seen in the past. I mean, a powerhouse that does a spear, the barking chants. I mean, come on. Like, that doesn't stand out. Oba Femi is different. Oba Femi has differentiated himself from a lot of superstars. The presentation, the aura, the pose, everything about him is different. His accent, you know what I mean? Like, everything about Oba Femi is differentiated and needs to be showcased in a prominent role at the forefront. This should be the legitimate turning point of the generation with Oba Femi after he wins the World Heavyweight Championship, which he should win from Roman Reigns. Oba Femi is your guy. I don't care how you put it. I don't care how you spin it. I don't care about people getting upset that Bron's not being pushed. If you're a mellow guy like me who came up with Bron Breaker, I don't want to hear complaining at all, because at least Bron Breaker is still being showcased in some way that matters. Carmelo Hayes on SmackDown is getting his ass shafted. So I don't want to hear it, bro. Bloodline and heritage doesn't get you far if you suck and if you just pretty much don't stand out. Bron Breaker does not stand out. He looks like every powerhouse that came before him. Oba Femi is differentiated. Oba Femi has it, and that's who you need to push. That's who the fans want. And I'm sorry to tell you, but it's just not Bron Breaker. End of story. But if you guys like this video, make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe, turn on your post notifications, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.